Monday, October 25th, 2025. That morning, the sky over the north coast appeared clear, making the sea breeze brings a distinctive salty aroma, making the spirit of the pine that grows along the waterfront. Small waves rolled vigorously, like splashing between huge boulders rolling on the edge. It is here, in a quiet and lively little fishing camp, that the social beloved by many around the world, Cha Eun-woo, spends his days in social activities with his younger siblings. However, Cha Eun-woo looks different from the glamorous image he is used to seeing on screen. No stage lights, no stage show. All there is him, the village community, and the passion to create something new for others. This activity is part of a social program which is carried out by military units in cooperation with local authorities. Mangroves are one of the forest areas that have great potential to become coastal dwellings, including marine garbage, as well as managing mangroves to prevent abrasion in the region. But for residents, the challenge of living a community like Cha Eun-woo is not just a matter of physical assistance. It is a symbol of caring and tiring morning. An echoing spirit around 10 o'clock in the morning, residents began to gather in the main area of the small health foundation, which became the center of activity. Fishing boats that usually often pass in the morning should be discarded. The sound of children's laughter, conversations between residents, and various measures to create a lively atmosphere. Cha Eun-woo arrived with his colleagues from the military unit at around 8:15. He immediately greeted the residents with a characteristic friendly smile. Not infrequently, he became the hands of fishermen, conversed with mothers who prepared food, and knelt down to ask for help from nearby children in need. "Good morning," he said in a soft but distinctly different Korean language amid the noise of the waves. Residents waited warmly. Some did not even wait until the big star would come to their small village. However, for Eun-woo, the day is not about status or popularity. He came as a businessman and citizen who wanted to contribute. Working together in the sun after a brief explanation of the environmental problem, the activities began. Cha Eun-woo is in a team that is moving towards a nearly 2-kilometer-long coastline. With rubber gloves and mittens until large on hand, he protects plastic bottles, used nets and wooden surfaces exposed to currents. Several times, he had to fight hard to pick up a small litter among several. In the blazing sun that began to rise, the spirit became his temple, yet he continued to work with humanity. That a resident named Kim Ji-hoon, 54, who took part in the activity, said, "He doesn't believe in puns. We are ready to help you and give you satisfaction," but he said it is still strong. His attitude was completely sincere. On the other hand, groups of soldiers and residents are designing new areas for mangrove planting. Small seedlings of light green hijau are planted in a row on wet sand. Eun-woo works after the beach cleaning session, helping to remove the holes and remove the stains one by one. Therefore, it is very important to keep a good relationship with employees going well. If we experience this today, it may not be over yet years before it grows. But hopefully the children here can enjoy the results, he said while staring at the ground around the newly planted mangrove seedlings. Those words fascinated some citizens. For them, it is not only a day of health, but also memories that they will continue to tell about. Rest by the sea. Being noon, activities are carried out temporarily for his rest. This is a very simple recipe for making fried kimchi. Eun-woo sits with the students under a blue tent located by the beach. He did not sit in a separate place, just chose a place in the middle of the people, talking casually while enjoying food. Some young children are demanding, carrying small notebooks and pens. Eun-woo kindly asks for their book, even slightly asking that they eat first before asking for an autograph. "When it's done, the signature can't be read anymore," he said with a chuckle after eating. He continued on his own to the seaside. The previously strong waves now seemed to sparkle in the afternoon sun. Eun-woo stood up while holding onto the horizon, then sat down on a large rock while passing the peak. The wind blew hard, making the ends of his hair move lightly. The moment, although brief, became a symbol of tranquility. A military archive photograph documenting the activity was taken only from a distance. A military archive photograph seeking peace in the midst of its service. A warm afternoon. Good afternoon. The activity continues with the improvement of public facilities around the village. Some committee members had broken leather boards, while another group helped identify the walls of the community center. Eun-woo joins the care team, his hands smeared with white cats, but his task remains full of enthusiasm. Locals say no one is pretending. All workers together, the same. No professional cameras, no major media coverage, just plain documentation from the police and local authorities. At about 5 in the evening, official activities ended. But Ingan residents dispute just like that. They held a photo session together in front of the village hall, under the spabak entitled Nonsan Coastal Clean Day. Eun-woo stood in the middle row, wide calm as he raised his hand to say hello. As time passed, several children ran after him. He walked toward their heads one by one. "Diligent study, yes?" he said softly. One of the children replied innocently, "Not if we grow up, we also want to help clean up the beach." Eun-woo cried tears of joy, then cried with pride. Missing effects after finishing, Cha Eun-woo returns to the base with his team. But for the residents of a small village on the north coast of Nonsan, that day will always be a memory. This also applies to stars coming not to perform, performing for work and sharing. The village chief, Lee Wajin, expressed his gratitude in a brief interview with local media engagement. "We are grateful to everyone who came to help, including Eun-woo. Their justice makes us feel treated. But the most important thing is that we remember not because he was lost, but because he lost himself." For Eun-woo herself, this activity is part of his responsibility and gratitude can be accepted. In a brief statement released by the military after the events, he stated, "Every place in this country has its own. Today I learned a lot from the citizens here about cooperation and togetherness. The sea is beautiful, and hopefully it will stay this way for a long time." Sunset on the Nonsan coast. As the sun begins to set, the color of the sky turns golden blue. The waves produce light, resulting in the sparkles that appear. From a distance, Social Cha Eun-woo appears to be working once again towards the sea before getting a military vehicle that will take him away. The afternoon wind blows strong to small in the body, while residents enjoy the scenery. No change, no big event, just lasting change. The day was not just about social service. It was about humanity, and about the relationship between fellow citizens and their communities. The night was heavy rain on the coast of Nonsan. In the fishermen's houses, small talk about the day is still going on. Eun-woo Ajashi saves trees, mothers raise how polite he is, while fishermen mourning the loss of the world idol do not hesitate to attack shovels and lift garbage with them. For them, the day is not just an activity. It is a story that will live on, about a young man who came to bring suffering, and about the sea that bears witness to his silence. The night after the social service activities were completed, the atmosphere in the northern coastal villages turned more lively than usual. The children were still playing around the house, running a little among the neatly hung fishing nets to watch tomorrow morning. On the terraces of wooden houses, old people sit over hot tea and talk about the life of that day. Cha Eun-woo's name comes up repeatedly between their conversations, not in a tone of shock from fame, not with genuine respect. "He didn't come to be photographed but really to work," said a stepmother named Park Soon-hee, gazing out at the dark sea. "I saw for myself, his hands were dirty, his clothes were full of sand, but he didn't understand a bit." Some residents still can't believe that the person they met that day was a South Korean actor. "At first I thought it was just an ordinary soldier," said Lee Do-yoon, a young man. "It wasn't until my son said, 'Dad, it's Cha Eun-woo from Aestaro.' I'm aware, but he doesn't look like a celebrity at all. He just shut up and kept working."